T. Colin Campbell is a medical doctor. He has studied nutritional science for many years of his life. He's also one of my mentors that I have adopted uh, quite a while ago. And he has a book, I'm sure one of many, that was a national bestseller on nutrition and epidemiology as it relates to nutritional health. He's someone after my own heart, and I've told you many times throughout my tenure here on YouTube about health and how our health is dramatically and even traumatically affected by our diet. Over 70% of our immune system is in our gut bacteria. There's a natural flora that is supposed to be maintained all of the time in our gut. This is how we stave off, fight off, if you will, disease, foreign substances, if you will, and free radicals. Anytime we compromise that natural flora, that natural bacteria, then we are susceptible to various diseases and cancer even. So I hope that you comprehend what I'm saying to you. I wanted to share with you my book of the day, and I wanted to read something to you from that book cover. The science is clear. The results are unmistakable. Change your diet and dramatically reduce your risk of cancer, heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. By any measure, America's health is failing. We spend far more per capita on healthcare than any other society in the world. Did you know that? And yet, 2/3 of Americans are still overweight, and more than 15 million Americans have diabetes. We fall prey to heart disease as often as we did 30 years ago. The war on cancer, launched in the 70s, has been a miserable failure. Half of all Americans have health problems that require taking prescription drugs every week. And more than 100 million Americans have high cholesterol. To make matters even worse, we're leading our youth down a path of disease earlier and earlier in their lives. 1/3 of the children in this country are overweight or at a risk of becoming overweight. Our kids are increasingly falling prey to a form of diabetes that used to be seen only in adults, and children now take more prescription drugs than ever before. These issues all come down to three things: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are killing ourselves because of our diet. The book of the day that I would like to share with you today, make you aware of if you haven't heard of it and or read it already, is none other than The China Study by T. Colin Campbell and his son. So, most of the things that happen to us, stay with me, most of the things that happen to us as it relates to disease are caused by us. Our diet is integral. It is very important to make certain that we get the proper nutrition that we need and to stop putting things in our bodies that are not beneficial for our bodies. Now, even though I'm talking about diet, the statement that I just made about putting things in our bodies that we don't need also includes alcohol. I know that's a hard one for many, and tobacco. Those are foreign substances laden full of chemicals that are carcinogenic by nature, and the processed foods that we put in our bodies are and can be carcinogenic because they are made in laboratories. They're used for flavor, for color, for retardation so that the product doesn't spoil on the shelf. They're used as pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides, especially when we're talking about uh, plant life. These things have no place in our bodies, and over a period of time, they're going to cause us trouble and eventually a breakdown of our system, our biological system, and the integrity of that system. So, think on these things. Remember the book, The China Study by T. Colin Campbell, and it would be wise to probably add this to your collection. And please read it front to back and apply some of those concepts and principles in your own lives so that you have a healthier, much longer life.